Oh boy, you guys have got to hear this story. American tennis player Taylor Townsend, who I've never heard of before because I don't watch tennis, currently competing in Shenzhen, China for the 2025 Billie Jean King Cup finals as part of Team USA. She faced significant backlash after posting videos on her Instagram stories criticizing local Chinese cuisine. In the videos, Townsend expressed shock and disgust at the local dishes, including bullfrogs, soft shelled turtles, sea cucumbers, and other quote unquote delicacies. And she gave her dinner experience in China a solid 2 out of 10. Watch the video for yourself, guys. Check it out.
I'm honestly just so shocked at what I saw in the dinner buffet. And as I go back on my Instagram story and I look and I'm like, these people are literally killing frogs, bullfrogs. Aren't those poisonous? Aren't those the ones that be giving you warts and boils and stuff? And turtles? And the fact that it's all stewed up with chilies and peppers and onions and oh, you really made this a dish. And then you got the sea cucumbers just staring there with the noodles. The only thing that we eating. And that's so all in all, gotta give this a solid 2 out of 10 so far. Cause this is crazy. Oh, and I forgot. I'll show y'all. So it was every type of seafood there. Crawfish. They had the gloves and everything we was in Louisiana. Crazy. They was busting them down. But then also, they had saute skewers. And they had chicken and then they had gizzard. Chicken gizzards, hearts. And there was that big ass lung. Sliced up. I don't know what type of animal it was, but it was an animal lung. I was like, what? And then they had a skewer of just chicken skin with onions. I'm just okay. All right. So organs, but the sliced up lung, and it was just just up there. Crazy. Day 3, we're at dinner. And look. Yo, what the hell? What the heliante?
I'm starting with that.
Oh, I didn't know you swung that way. You guys, this is crazy. This angle is fucking nuts. This is crazy. I've never seen one of these up close, especially not to eat. That is crazy. Make sure you get that.
Okay, now I don't condone her words. I don't like that. I've been to a lot of countries. I've lived in China for about 12 years. I've eaten so many foods around China. I've had some really good ones. I've had some mediocre ones. And I have had some really horrible ones. But for me, when I'm in a foreign country or when I'm anywhere, if somebody cooks some food for me and it doesn't turn out good, I'm not going to say it's not good. When I travel to a foreign country, I try the local foods, even the ones that I think I'm not going to like. And I never say things like, oh, that's so disgusting. Oh, look what they eat. Huh? I never make fun of their food. That's just, to me, it's immature, it's low class, and I don't do that. But the thing about this situation, okay, I've been in China a long time, guys. And I'll tell you what, they can sure dish it out, but they cannot take it. The jokes that they make about other countries' foods, the jokes they make. Do you remember the whole white people food thing? 白人饭. That means white people food. They mocked Westerners, Americans, British, all of us Westerners for eating white people food. They couldn't get enough of that joke. They had so many laughs. But here, when you have an American tennis player in China making comments about foods that, let's be honest, most of the world would probably not be too keen on eating. I mean, those are, like they said, those are delicacies. Those are not foods that humans in general really love. I mean, bullfrogs, I like bullfrog. I eat frog quite a bit in China. Now, soft-shelled turtles, I've had that in China once. I do not enjoy that. Sea cucumbers, not a fan of those. But hey, some people like it, and that's fine. Different people like different things. Different countries have their different local specialties and delicacies. And let's face it, you should be polite. You shouldn't make jokes about it. You shouldn't make fun of it. But China missed this memo because they are the kings at making fun of other countries' foods. The amount of shit they talked. I mean, that whole white people food thing. But then when this American tennis player does the exact same thing to them, they throw a fit. They say, "Oh, that's racism. You can't say that about us. You should be culturally sensitive." They throw a fit. They melt down. They play the race card. They play the victim. They can't handle it. But boy, oh boy, can they dish it out. So all of the backlash got to Taylor Townsend, and she issued this heartfelt apology.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to come on here and apologize sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I understand that I am so privileged as a professional athlete to be able to travel all around the world and experience cultural differences, which is one of the things that I love so much about what I do. And I have had nothing but the most amazing experience and time here. And the tournament and everyone has been so kind and so gracious. And the things that I said were not representative of that at all. And I just truly wanted to apologize. There's no excuse, there's no words. And for me, I will be better. I'm really, really thankful to my country to be able to represent them and to be better. And that's all that I can do. So I just truly apologize. And,
Now, look, she took ownership, she apologized. Now, I wonder if she knew how much shit the Chinese talked about other countries' foods, and they never apologize. I mean, would she still have apologized? Probably so. I don't know. But credit to her because, look, she realized that she offended a lot of people. She realized that that is, in fact, culturally insensitive. And while she has every right to say it, what kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to be polite and respectful, or do you want to be kind of immature, low class, rude, insensitive to other people's feelings and cultures? It all comes down to what kind of person do you want to be. She didn't like the blowback. She reflected on it, and I think she just crumbled under the blowback that she got, and she issued that apology. So credit to her. So now, China, I want to ask you, because, the whole white people food thing, I'll admit, living here in China, hearing these jokes, seeing them all over the internet, I'm not going to lie. I didn't like it too much. I didn't appreciate it. I didn't find it very culturally sensitive. But not once did I call someone a racist. Not once did I tell someone that they must apologize. I just simply said, that's a misrepresentation and it's quite a low-class joke, but whatever. So now I got to ask you, China, where's my apology? All those hundreds of bullshit posts and videos and jokes that I heard about white people food. Do I get an apology? If so, thank you. I appreciate that. If not, I got to ask, why the double standard? Why do you guys get a pass, but when somebody else does something similar, you just flip out and they owe you an apology. They have to apologize, but you don't have to for doing the exact same thing. Surely you don't want that to be the case, right? I mean, that would be hypocritical. That would be a double standard. So I'm leaving it out there. This is an open-ended video. China, I would appreciate an apology for the white people food jokes, insults, and so on. Will I receive it? Well, let's just say I'm not going to hold my breath. That's all for this video. China, toughen up, get thicker skin, and if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen because, I mean, my goodness, you all dish this stuff out all the time, but when something similar comes back to you, you all just melt down. And I love you, China. I mean, there are a lot of great foods in China that I love. There's also a lot of stuff I don't like. And I'm not going to lie, some of the most extreme and shocking types of foods that I've seen have been right here in China. And I don't know, eating the tarantula in Cambodia was pretty extreme too. That said, there's a lot of food that I do really enjoy here. And whether I enjoy it or not, you won't see me making jokes going online and saying, "Oh, look at that Chinese people food." Because guess what? I'm not gonna lower myself to that level. Other people do what they want. I'll do me. I've got my own standards. So, once again, I would appreciate an apology for all of the white people food jokes, and I think some other people would too, but that's up to you guys. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning into the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on this situation, this apparent hypocrisy. And also let me know, what Chinese foods do you like? Do you not like? I mean, what are some of the most interesting Chinese foods that you've eaten in the past? Let's have some fun in the comment section below. Let's keep it classy though, and I will catch you all in the next video. 下次再见. I want to give an extra special thanks to all of my YouTube members and Patreon supporters for their help in keeping this channel financially sustainable. A huge thank you to all supporters from the $1 tier on up through the higher tiers. I want to give an extra special acknowledgement to my PCO tier members. And lastly, a huge shout out to my top tier supporters. Lee, Martin S., David is Da Wei, and 有爱心的外国人. Oh, and just so you know, you guys rock.
What do you look for beyond the sea, grasshopper?